Welcome to another Ask Katrina. The question today is, Katrina, I do not feel like I am growing through this gracefully at all. This is horrible. It's painful. How do I know that I'm actually growing? Give me some signs. Show me how I'm navigating through this successfully. Awesome. Love it. So the answer that I will give you, and this is going to be a super short Ask Katrina because I'm going to tell you what to do. It's an action. It's a function. Because I can sit here all day and say, well, you know what? You are growing. You're doing great. You're being fantastic. And I can try to cheerlead you through this. But number one, it's not super common for me. Like, that's not my nature. I will cheer you on, but I am not the cheerleader. When you do something well, whenever you show up for yourself and you do all the things that you need to do, I'm going to support you and champion you 100%. Okay. But to simply cheerlead you blindly doesn't work. All right. So I'm not going to do that here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how that you can, the techniques that you can use, rather, to look at what you're doing on a regular basis. And you can use this method to actually see that you are growing through it. And so the answer is this. Every single week, you sit down and you plan out your week, right? You create your calendar, you map it out, you put together the things that you need to be doing, and then you move forward and you execute. Right? Now, execution at the executive level looks a little bit different than the mid-level leader level, right? And so the bottom line is whatever level you're at, whether you're about to step into being the executive, you're a brand new first year executive, or you've been executing for years, right? Doesn't matter. Take a look at your calendar. Look at the things that you've got to get done. Map it out. Make sure that you're using your calendar effectively to schedule out your time and do the things that you must do in order to succeed. On Friday, what I want you to do is I want you to take about 30 minutes, and that 30 minutes is self-reflection time. And you're going to do a couple of things in this self-reflection time. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to look at your week and you're going to say, how'd I do? Okay, and we're not going to beat ourselves up. This is not beat up time. This is of the things that I put on my calendar for Monday, how did I do? Of the things that I could control, right? Because fires, emergencies, different things being added to your calendar because anomalies happened, which will occur from time to time, that we disregard, okay? Of the things that you can control, how'd it go? That's the first thing. The second thing that I want you to look at is I want you to make a list of the things that you learned in that week. What'd you learn? You've always learned something, so don't say that you didn't. The point is to have a Google Doc, have, a running Word document, have somewhere a journal, something that you use to map out the things that you've learned. Because what will happen a year from now is I'm going to challenge you to pull out whatever document that is. And I want you to take a look at the things that you've learned. Because there are a couple of things that are going to serve you there. Number one, as soon as you write it down on that Friday, you're going to go, I did learn that. Okay. Goes from subconscious to conscious. Now you know you've learned it, so you're going to apply that lesson moving forward. It's going to be an active lesson that you're going to move forward throughout your career. It's really powerful. The second thing that's going to happen is you're going to have a running document of how you've learned to navigate being an executive so that you can look back on it a year from now, as I mentioned, and go, look at the growth. Look at the things that I've done. Look at the accomplishments that I've had. Now, some of it's going to be internal growth about how you've personally grown your personal leadership. Some of it's going to be how you created business leadership and you've grown the business. And the key thing there is the ways in which you've grown the business are critical because those are lessons you can now use to mentor and teach other people on your team, in your organization, however you want to use it, how to move the business forward. And that is repeatable. Those are patterns that you can teach other people how to execute, and you can improve the business through your documentation and through your learnings. It is so powerful. So I promise you, you are growing, you are doing it. You are just not taking that subconscious learning, making it conscious, and you don't have a routine around acknowledging that growth. So put it in place. As always, go and be legendary.